This is a video on solving systems of linear equations. I'm using a program here called Microsoft Mathematics, which is a free download from Microsoft, available for Windows. I believe it's also available for Macs. Macs also has a program called Grapher that you can do graphing on. To solve this, well, what I'm going to do is solve two linear inequalities here. And so let me start by, the first one's going to be y is, actually let me clear that for a moment. I have to go down to inequalities first. So the first inequality is going to be y is greater than the opposite of x minus 2. And I'm just going to enter that now. We'll graph it in a moment. And the other inequality is y is less than or equal to. To do that on most graphing programs, you hit the less than sign, then the equal sign, and it becomes less than or equal to 3x plus 6. And I'm going to enter that. Now, before I actually have these graphed on the using the software here, let's consider how we would graph these. They're both in slope-intercept form. On the first equation, equation 1 here, if you're looking here, we know that the y-intercept is -2. So on the y-axis, I would start at -2, and then we know the slope is -1. So I would go down 1 and over to the right 1, put another point, and then I could graph my line through there. Now the line is going to be a dotted line because the line's actually not included here, and y would be anything greater than that, so we would shade above that line. Now, the second equation is also in slope-intercept form. The y-intercept here is 6, so we would put 6 on the y-axis, and then we could go up 3 over to the right 1 to get the slope of 3. That line will be solid because it's less than or equal to. And then we're going to shade everything below that line. And so this is what you get once you do that. If you did that with pencil, you would do that, and there would be a portion where you're shading with pencil where you would have shaded twice. That's the solution. So here's it with the graphing program. And I'm going to move this up a little bit so we can see it a little bit more. Whoops, a little bit there. And here we can see this is the y-axis as the little hand is going there. This is the x-axis. You can see that the blue line, the dashed line here, is this equation up here. You can see that here on the y-axis it's not real obvious, but that's the y-intercept of -2. And over here, you know, they went down 1 over to the right 1. Notice that the scales they have here, it's you know, 1 is this distance on the x-axis, and you know, 1 is this distance on the y, so it looked different than what you would be doing on your paper if both axes are the same scale. But here's this equation, and they shaded everything up. So all the blue dots represent the solution to the inequality y is greater than the opposite of x minus 2. Now, the green line and everything shaded below it, all the green little dots, represents the inequality of y is less than or equal to 3x plus 6. You can see that the y-intercept is on 6. They gave it a slope of 3. And where these two things intersect which is where they intersect is this wedged area here. So the green line and everything below it there, and the blue dashed line, everything above it until it hits the green line here. This wedged area is the solution for those two inequalities. So that's how we solve systems of linear inequalities by graphing.